No, I'm like, God damn. All right.
Are we on? Yeah, we on.
All right.
Hey,
What's up?
what is it?
What?
What is this? We didn't even come up with a name.
I
Fuck
thought
it.
Space Shitty, right?
Space Shitty.
Space.
All right. So, what after much talk, much hype, it's finally going down.
3 years in the making. I was in my early 20s. Nah.
Early 20s. Still had the hair on the top of my head.
Exactly. Yeah, I was not even bald when we started planning this extravaganza.
So, tell me about your class you just taught. Tell me about your peoples.
I taught a capoeira class.
It's capoeira? Oh, I didn't know you were teaching capoeira now.
Man, I'm not. He needed a sub because it was.
Hold up,
like,
let me tell.
I double booked and he double booked, so I went over to Gringo to help him because he had two things going at once, and then that's why I came late.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was
teaching like an adult class, the kids.
Family class. It was parents and kids.
Dude, if they only knew your online persona, man.
No, I don't want any of them to know my man. Like too many of my coworkers are on my shit too.
Really?
Yeah. That's
dude.
People are starting. I gotta do a Facebook purge, man.
I friended one person from work.
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't want people knowing my business. And,
yeah.
You know, with all the not so legal stuff that I kind of do sometimes. I'm like, nah, I don't need all that. I don't need all that hype.
Cause see, I didn't care at first until my boss brought up something that I know was only on Facebook. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mention it, and I was like, God.
What was it?
It was, I don't even know. It was something about, it was like one of the ones that wasn't even that big of a deal. It was like.
Just like in conversation, or was it just like, hey, I have a problem with what you're.
No, she was like, you know how I always come talk about. No, it was when I put up, it's time for us to wake up and go do that thing we hate. And then she was like, oh yeah, so, you know, I guess we got to do that thing we hate. And I'm like, you bitch.
Damn.
That's like, you.
I'm found out.
I know. Now I gotta purge these motherfuckers. I can't have people fucking up my shit.
Dude, it's just, there's a certain level of like, all right, you spend like, fuck, I think you spend more time with your coworkers than you do with your wife, or for me, for my fiance. And it's just like,
and I
damn,
try not to.
Just trying to like have all right, that's it. Like, there's work, and then I'm home, and I don't want to deal with you motherfuckers like at all.
No, but it's like, okay, so you have, like I have an office, but there's 6 people in the office. And like, they all want to say things. Like, they just want to talk to you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like work related. It's always random shit. Like, you know, hey, here's what I think about this thing that I wasn't talking to you about, you know? So I started going into the teacher's lounge to do work. Do you know all of those motherfuckers come in there now? Like, they all come into my whole office followed me to the place where I go to get away from the people in my office.
Chumbo, won't you bless me with your ideas and your thoughts?
It's always dumb
You're
shit.
obviously giving, like, good advice, man.
You know what it is? It's not that I'm giving good advice. It's that they don't like each other. Like, people like me, because I don't say shit. They think I'm listening, but I'm really trying to figure out a way to get out of the conversation. So to me, you know how people want a sounding board. They want to rant and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that, I'm that dude for everybody that talks to me. Because I'm like, all right, fool, you know, like, hey, all right, then I'm holler at you.
Good to know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're like, you know, they want to get their, I guess they got bad relationships and shit. They don't want to, you know, they can't talk to their people at home. They can't talk to the people at work. And I'm just trying to get out. So they like, he's going to listen to me. That's
Dude,
what they,
there's some shit that goes down, and people are like, I'm the firing guy at work. They coined me that. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do I get this fucking terrible, like, you know, like, responsibility? Like, hey, time to let somebody else go. I'm like, what? Why me? I don't even work with this. He's not even in our department. Like, not even in operations at all.
You just
so
like
you gotta go fire his ass. And I'm just like, man, okay, let me go do this.
Yeah.
And so, dude, after if I'm walking with anybody, I'm like, hey, did you just let them go?
Damn.
Like, nah, dude, I was just walking with the motherfucker. Damn.
Oh, man, Jeff was my boy. That's fucked up.
Do you know why they fired him? No, look, I don't know. I didn't even know how to fire this motherfucker. I just told him he was let go today, and I had to walk him out. And
that's why they want you, because you don't ask questions. You're like,
can you tell me what happened? I'm like, no, I don't have the gossip, man. I'm sorry.
Nigga gotta go. Yeah, did you see all those people?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Your gym is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, we need a person like, I wish I was that person at my job, because then nobody would want to, fuck with me. Like every time they fuck with me, I'll be like, oh, so it's time for your review. Fuck yeah. So speaking of shit, well, looks like you haven't fucking did your job.
Looks like you're fucking fired.
Yeah, I don't know. Like we should switch places. If you want to be the nice guy, you can come in my job and talk to all these motherfuckers, and they'll just sit and tell you everything. People tell me shit about like their kids. Like I have one child, and I don't know how to deal with like a 13-year-old white kid. You know, like they're like,
tell me about teenage years.
Yeah, like nigga, I don't know. Like, I mean, weren't you raised? You were raised in a house full of white kids. You didn't pay attention to what your brothers and sisters were doing. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't help you.
I get a lot of the young guys at the warehouse. Like,
Yeah.
tell me about college. It's like, what should I expect? I'm like, dude, man. I mean, I've been gone for like fucking almost a decade, bro. I'm like, I don't even. College has changed. I mean, I bet you it's transformed completely. I'm like, man, we were still like Facebook. Like, this is so fucking awesome and new and.
Man, when I was in college, we had computer labs because nobody had their own shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I remember the computer labs.
Yeah, like I don't even think they got that shit no more because everybody has their own like thing.
Like Jess has Snapchat. I'm like, man,
I have Snapchat.
I'm not that cool.
I don't know how to use it. Like I take pictures of me with the dog ears and shit, and me and my son, and that's it. I don't send it to people. Like I just have a bunch of pictures of me with the thing. I don't know what people do with Snapchat.
With part of the dog pound.
Yeah, like that's it.
Did you hear Snoop Dogg is gonna be one of the commentators, like alternative commentator for the UFC?
I love it.
I went to the comments and people are losing their shit.
Yes, you know why? Because
I can't believe you're disparaging the sport.
People don't understand.
How dare you? Like what?
Those UFC commentators, like, I mean, yeah, they kind of know some shit, but I mean, I don't want to hear them. Well, if he gets his arm in a little bit deeper, like, no, I want to hear somebody be like, for shit, so nigga. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna say, but I don't give a fuck about.
Like when he was narrating all the nature shit.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
That shit was good, right?
Yeah.
That shit was way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love Hank. But,
they love Hank.
They love Hank.
Everybody loves Hank.
They do.
They don't know about all of his crime.
This doesn't make any sense to the people who are watching this.
Yeah.
Swimmers.
We've got my dog here just wandering around.
Yeah, Hank is a dog,
in the
by the way.
fucking conference room.
Yeah. They're gonna kick us out.
I've literally ratted on myself.
What? Nah, but you
like,
live here. Like they can't tell you to get out, nigga. We're conferencing. Fuck them. But I'm saying that like I live here. Like yeah, fuck you. You can't kick me out. But
dude, people are like going like ape shit over that. Dude, imagine Snoop Dogg commenting on that fight. Those two chicks. That one chick shit herself. I was like, oh shit! Like literally.
Dog, like, did anybody see it during? I didn't see it during the fight. Like,
no, I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all over, and it's like, dude, it's like the shit, like spots all over the ring. It's like, fucking terrible.
Man, because Felice Herrick I don't know who the other chick was, but Felice Herrick was a chick that didn't shit herself.
Yeah.
And I give her props. Because I don't give a fuck what you're doing. If me and you are doing something, even if we're just walking together, and you shit yourself, I'm
like, oh,
yeah,
what is this? So what are you doing? You don't got control of your bowels?
Yeah, like me and you can't be cool no more.
Like, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, but I have told the story, man. I'm going to tell you the story right now, dude. This is way back in the day, dude.
I'm going to have to walk away. And
look. I'm going to tell you what happened, man. So I'm at work. This is like when I first came to Houston back in like 2010.
Okay.
You know, so I'm gonna give some distance from now, the current Jose to old Jose. So I'm sitting at my desk, man, I'm doing my work, you know, and shit. And I was like, man, I'm gonna let this fucking silent fart like rip. I'm about to do it. I'm about to let it go. I'm like, I think I can do it.
Okay.
Dude, I was like, oh no. Oh no. I'm like, I was like, oh shit, that fucking felt like wetness. I'm like, oh my God, okay. I gotta, incognito walk to the restroom.
I'm uncomfortable just hearing this, but
I gotta walk to the fucking restroom right now, like pretend that I didn't just shit myself. And I gotta check and make sure that I didn't shit. Oh man, I like get in the restroom, like toilet down, pants down. I was like, no! I fucking pooped myself, man. Dude, so I'm in there, I'm like fucking cleaning up and like stuffing the towels and where you wipe your hands and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm getting those towels and I'm like stuffing them at the bottom, throwing more paper over them. And I was like, dude, I can't fucking put these underwear back on. I wrap the underwear up in a bunch of paper towels and I throw that in there to destroy the evidence, and I might wash my ass and shit with soap. And yeah, this is
why soap? Like, what do you need soap for?
Dude, because I shit myself.
But when you shit normally, you don't use soap.
Well, like
it still came out of the same place.
Yeah, but dude, like it was. It
caked up a little
bit to the cheeks, and I had to clean that out, dude. Because now I had to go commando back, and I couldn't have any shit remnants on the pants. I gotta go back to work. I can't go home. Yeah, I was living here on 23rd. And 23rd and like Heights Boulevard.
Yeah.
And then I had to I was working off of past the Beltway in I-10.
Yeah.
So there's no going home and like wash your shitty underwear and wash your ass.
Yeah.
Dude, so I called it a day, wiped that down and stuffed it, hid the evidence, walked out like a fucking champ, dude.
Yeah.
Went back to work. And then I get home.
I don't know if you walked out like a champ. But
nah,
you walked
in
out.
my head though. You gotta,
yeah, you walked out. Yeah.
You know, my expression was like, yeah, I just went to use the restroom, whatever, fuck you. But inside I was like, I can't believe you just shit yourself.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
That's some old people shit.
I come home, I know, man. I come home and my brother's like on the couch. He's already home from work.
Yeah.
And we're living together. I'm like, guess what, Enrique? He's like, what? I'm like, I shit myself today. He's like, what? Dude, I think I told that story to Jess already once. She was like, what? What are you talking about?
She's still gonna marry you. That's
Dude,
love.
Hey.
You know, Melissa came home and was like,
gotcha.
Man. And Melissa told me right now that she shit herself within the last 10 years. I'm getting a divorce.
Look,
like,
7 years ago.
7 years.
What is it? 7 years ago. Yeah, dude.
Nah,
that was. I was like, I can't believe it. Dude, but that's gonna happen to you, man.
I know, when you get old, that shit's gonna happen.
No, it happened to me in my youth. That's what it was.
I know, but
perplexing.
I'm gonna say it's probably not gonna happen to me in my next few years.
But dude, I talked to one of my coworkers, this older country white guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a nice guy, man. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. Every time my brother drinks, and he's like in his 50s and shit. Every time my brother drinks, he shits himself. I'm like, what?
Like, if you know this is a problem, why are you still...
Stop drinking or wear a fucking diaper.
Which, that brings me to this is the issue I want to discuss with you.
All right.
Is Texas going to legalize marijuana? And if they do you think alcoholism will go down? Because niggas is out of control with alcohol. I mean, like, I live in the suburbs, and I see people, like, on Friday nights, like, stumbling through the suburb. You can't walk from the club. The club is nowhere near. So there's people walking down the street who got drunk enough in their house, they're like, fuck it, it's a good idea for me to just walk outside and fucking walk down the street.
I will tell you this, from my own personal experience, anytime I really went either one way or the other, if I was smoking weed, I was definitely not drinking as much. It literally curbs your desire to drink. It makes you not want to drink. Yeah. It curbs it completely. Yeah. So I do think, if that happens...
Is the shit gonna happen?
Yes. Because you get crossfaded, man, you're going to sleep.
Yeah, nah. When
I'm done.
I've doubled up a couple times in my teen years. And you can't, like, when you're full of testosterone and shit, you can't stop a teenager. You can't slow those motherfuckers down. But if you smoke a sweet and then you drink a little bit, dog, I mean, I wasn't moving for it could be 6 p.m. I wasn't moving for the rest of the night. I'm done.
You're just done.
You're done. Like, you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? And maybe some people need that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Some people do need that.
I could move, you know what I'm saying? Oh, damn. I could move around, you know what I'm saying? But that shit stopped me.
If it happens, and look, this is what Texas is gonna do because we're not the most back ass words. Look, we still got Florida. What up?
I mean,
what up?
I love Florida because have you been to Florida like for a long extended period of time?
I've only been to Tallahassee, Florida, which is might as well not have ever been in Florida.
But it's like all that crazy shit you see on the news are the most extreme parts of Florida. But on an everyday, like the average person gives less of a fuck there. That's why the crazy people are crazier than normal. So being in Florida, to me, when I was like living in Miami, being in Florida, I felt freer to do weird shit that came to my mind. You know what I'm saying? Huh. Like if you're a 30-year-old dude on a skateboard with no shirt on in Miami and like some small shorts, because I mean, you know, I had a laundromat that I had to go to, and I didn't like to walk, so I had to wash all my clothes.
Yeah.
So I would literally wear the biggest boxers I had that kind of looked like swimming shorts and skateboard to the laundromat and wash all of my clothes at once. And nobody even batted an eye. Sometimes it would pop out because, you know, boxers got the little flap. And people would just be like, hey, you know? So, like, I love Florida. Because when you hear about that crazy shit, it's because people in Florida are already, like, a step ahead.
You only lived in Miami, though, right?
Yeah, I only lived in Miami.
Dude,
I stayed a week in
Orlando. That's like Cocaine City, though.
Exactly.
And you lived in Miami when? I mean, it's still Cocaine City, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, bathrooms. The first time I ever seen people do cocaine in a bathroom was in Miami.
Sniffles.
Yeah. And dog, industry night, because I hung out with a lot of people who worked in like bars and restaurants and shit. Industry night, you might as well not even think about it. Yeah, going into the restroom, it's all cocaine and fun. But like, when was I there? 2007, 2006. I don't know. It had to be 2006 to 2010. I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was hilarious.
Dude, just never been to Miami. I'd love to go.
Yeah.
But dude, just the times that I spent in New Orleans and in Colorado and Denver have been crazy amazing. Like I've had a lot of good times. New Orleans especially, shit. Dude, just whatever. People don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen some, I'm like, damn, man, you gonna drink all of that?
I told you about when I went to New Orleans with Melissa, right?
No.
They got a bar called Absinthe Bar. And I was like, I never had absinthe before. I want to try it. Dog, that shit'll fuck you up, right? So I drank it. Next thing I know, I'm dancing. And I don't really just get down and start boogieing, you know, in a bar. It's a bar. And we walk out. And I remember this. And Melissa remembers it way different than I do. But the actual story from what Melissa tells me, it was right around the time when fucking, he got choked out. It wasn't Alton Sterling. Who was the dude that got choked out for selling cigarettes?
Fuck, out in was he in New York?
Yeah, or some shit. Yeah. Anyway, I was throwed and I see these two cops and they were black cops. And I just got this idea in my mind because I got absinthe all through me. I'm like, I wonder what these motherfuckers think. So I went to them and I was like, hey, I want to talk to y'all about some shit. And Melissa had to drag me. Because I guess that shit gives you, I was like, no.
Like, I mean, you got the Incredible Hulk.
Exactly.
I can't be stopped.
I know how normal cops think about the shit because they, you know, they're all like blue eyes. But I'm like, if you're black and a cop, that shit has to like, you got to have two things going on in your mind. And I wanted to talk to a black police officer and be like, how y'all think they just going to choke this nigga and then let him die? And y'all just going to be like, well, fuck it, it's part of the job. Like, I know you have conflicting issues. I want to hear about your inner conflict. But Melissa said I wasn't as eloquent. She said I was basically in the street like, hey, come here, nigga, I want to talk to you. And she dragged me back to the hotel.
Out the window.
Yeah, I thought I was being fly as fuck, though.
Gary, my buddy Gary, you know Gary.
Yeah.
He's got a buddy from high school that is a cop now.
Yeah.
That I occasionally shoot the shit with. When I was back in the day when I was smoking, I'd smoke in front of him. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They were old school buddies.
Yeah.
That'd be a good conversation. I'm like, dude, when you see him, like, you know, when that one dude, that Mexican dude just got killed at Denny's?
Yeah.
I'd like to be like, yo, man, you know, so who are you siding with? You know, you siding with your roots?
Yeah, exactly.
Or you siding with the police force, which is also kind of like a fraternity in a sense, you know, where...
But I don't see why. Like, I don't see why the police are so close. Like, how is your job? I hate my coworkers.
I think it's us and them, and they're the enemy, and we're all together as a team. If we... You know, if one of us goes down, fuck all of them.
Nah.
And then I think that's what it's come down to, in my opinion.
That's what they think.
Yeah, in their head, I'm like, you know, the people you're supposed to protect, we're against them. It's us against them.
Yeah, but to me, that like, I don't see how going to work you build that bond, cause I don't go to work looking to make friends or like be brothers with motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to work and I love my profession. Like, I like teaching, but I'm not trying to join the fucking, not PTA. What is it called when all the teachers get together? Like the teachers
union or
and all that shit. Yeah, they're like, hey, we're gonna have this meeting. I'm like, well, y'all have fun. You know, like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to the gym. Fuck this. Like, I don't understand why the police feel that they have this bond that's bigger than with their people. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's fucked up.
I am actually part of like the supply chain, like trade group, not trade groups, but like societies and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, why not?
Yeah.
A little mixer here and there, but like, dude, I don't do anything with them. I try to volunteer with them, and then they never hit me back. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, because I mean, I would do stuff like I like collaborative projects. Like if one of my coworkers wants to work together, because I have a couple of different jobs that are all in the same field, and like if one of my coworkers wants to collaborate on something, I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. If they want to meet and have a drink while we're talking about that thing, that's what's up. But like, I mean, like, that's my brother. I'll kill for that motherfucker. Like, no, that's your coworker, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that dude applied for the same job as you. That's all y'all got in common.
Have you ever heard of this? They did this study. They got a bunch of students and they assigned them different roles. Either you're gonna be a prisoner or you're gonna be a guard.
Stanford
and these
prison
motherfuckers
experiment.
went fucking to the left, dude. Wonder if they're all white.
Them motherfuckers.
It's like, yo, this is a fucking experiment. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
If they were to make me a guard, I think it's because,
like, all right, chill out. Like,
even in real life, I don't take my job that serious.
Yeah.
So if I was, like, pretending to be a guard, I'd be like, nigga, are you for
chill
real?
the fuck
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Like, okay, like, we're all going home after this, right? Like, what are you doing?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, no. I've been assigned, like, yeah, but that's I think the kind of mentality, you know, what is the absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you're shaded, when you can, you know, like kill someone and be protected almost by the law, like, hey, I fear for my life.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a lot to deal with.
But do you think that those people are already, like, they already have that mindset that they want to fuck people up?
No.
Like, do you think like a dude like me and you, like, let's say right now somebody was like, look, man, I can offer you $100,000 to be a cop. So we're like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a cop.
You be a cop.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then but do you think if we became cops, we would get into that cop mentality?
No, I'd probably be a crooked cop. I already know. I know. I'd be like, hey, look, I'm gonna let that slide, but you gotta break me off some.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I'm like, look, whatever, man. It's either you're gonna do it or somebody else is gonna do it. There's no like whatever. Either if it's drugs or whatever. With thieves, no, I don't have any.
Yeah.
But for drugs, I'd be like, look, man, just fucking come on, man.
Yeah, because there's certain things that like I can't.
Or just weed, don't worry about it.
I can't like see myself enforcing certain laws. Like I have the most speeding tickets and I'll be zooming down there, get your ass in, you know what I'm saying? Like that's some shit I think I would enjoy, like chasing motherfuckers down and giving speeding tickets, but I wouldn't give parking tickets because that's some bullshit. I wouldn't give drug offense tickets because that's some bullshit. Like I just think I would be that cop known, I would be Speed Trap. That would be my nickname.
Speed trap.
You know, and thieves. Like, if you steal some shit, I'll fuck you up.
Catch your ass, man.
Yeah.
I fucking hate thieves.
I can't. You know why I hate thieves? Because I lose my keys a lot. And, like, the fact that I have to lock everything just complicates my life. Like, ask Melissa. I've had my car unlocked for weeks at a time because I couldn't find the little key. You know, I have one of those push buttons.
Yeah.
And it's in my car somewhere, and I couldn't find that bitch. So I just left it unlocked.
That's fucking nuts.
But if anybody came to my car, they could just get in that bitch. Not only that, but the car starts because the fob is in there.
Yeah.
So you could
it's in there somewhere.
Yeah. So this motherfuckers could just get in my car and drive.
Dude,
I found it now. So I'm. You motherfuckers don't come to
Better
my house.
not do it.
Yeah.
Better not fucking do it. I'll fucking find you. Not even as a cop.
Yeah, that's even worse.
It'll be a me and Kai like redo. And whoop that one dude for breaking into that old lady's car.
Yeah. I heard about that shit.
Nuts.
But like, yeah, that's why I don't like thieves. Cause like when I lived in Korea, I accidentally left my phone on the bus. Yeah. It was a nice phone. It was like, you know, smartphone and shit, you know, whatever their kind was, Samsung or whatever. And do you know that the dude found my girlfriend's number in the phone, called her, because I had her saved as, you know, girlfriend, because I kind of had trouble remembering Korean names. But, and he called her and was like, yo, I got your dude's phone. And then he was like, tell him to meet me at this spot. And I met him at a bus station, or at a train station, and he gave me the fucking phone back.
That's
like,
fucking awesome.
In America, that bitch would be in one of those machines where you get the cash for your cell phone. Dude, it's gone. That shit is gone.
Dude, Jess left her purse on a cart at Walmart.
Damn.
Lost just had her phone, but lost her purse. Damn. Man, in my head, I was like, man, she was fucking gone. It's at Walmart.
It's gone forever.
Forget about it. It's gone. Dude, some good Samaritan called her back.
Oh shit.
Called her up and was like, hey, I think I have your wallet. I'm so and so. I was like, what? I'm amazed. I'm like, man, there's still some good people out there.
That. Yeah.
But there's also pieces of shit.
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, yeah, give him like $20, $30 or some shit. Like,
yeah.
You know, cause the dude could have literally just been like, beep, buy a bunch of shit online.
What do you feel about the finder's fee? Because I kind of support the finder's fee. If you find like a purse or something, you get to keep all the cash. You don't use their credit cards, you don't use their shit, but any cash in there is yours because you
I
return
love that,
shit.
but you know, more and more, like nowadays, nobody carries cash
So
at all. So you would get nothing.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm fine with that. Like I don't feel that.
Sure, of course you can. Say hi, Mr. Hank. Everybody loves Hank.
Yeah, Hank is the dude. Yeah.
It's a pit bull mix.
Mr. Worldwide.
Oh, he's always been like that. He was a rescue, so yeah, always
Hank
like.
was a rescue?
I rescued him from a pipe yard.
Really?
Yeah.
So he was like
No
a
problem.
legit rescue, not like from a shelter. You like found him.
Dude, my Mexican neighbors, these. My neighbor was like, yo, I got these dogs. This one cries a lot though. He's like, if I don't have somebody to take them, I'm gonna just release them into a park. And this dog was like fucking like 2 months, maybe a month old.
Dog.
I was like, dude, what? Don't do that shit, man. I'm like, why would you do that? I'm like, just bring him to me, man. Damn.
Dog.
I was like, he was like, yeah, he was born in a pipe yard. I'm like, all right. Look at him now, living the lavish life. He's shitting and eating and sleeping.
I know.
Wish that was my job.
Petting you and shit. Look at that.
Peeing in conference rooms.
the shit's being recorded. You can't be telling people that.
Whatever. Fuck these people,
Fuck
man.
it. I forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, but if it's cash, like if there's no cash in there, then you just don't take
You don't
anything.
get anything.
Because like it's luck. It's not like somebody owes you a finder's fee. It's like if you find something.
I'm all about like, hey, if you found my one, I would break you off some cash. Like, thank you for doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of people out there with pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Like homeboy that got got let go for $20. What a fucking idiot. You know the funniest thing was this dude, like imagine the camera's over here and this dude's in the corner and shit. Like he got them, he was rifling through the dude's like lunch like box and shit.
Yeah.
And you see him on camera, but it's behind him.
Yeah.
And he's like moving around and shit. Somebody comes in and he kind of chills out. He's like, man, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just
I hate
chilling.
when people try to look innocent.
And then goes back to it. Drops the money on the floor. You can see the money on the floor, and he starts kicking it over and shit, right? And then you can see him in the corner. He's like pretending he's tying a shoe. I'm like, this is the dumbest motherfucker on the planet.
Duh.
So when I brought him in to fire his ass, he's like, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm like, I had already, we pay him in cash and shit. So
Yeah.
I was like, look, man, it's either you're gonna give the money back to homeboy, or I'm gonna just give you the rest. I'm gonna deduct it from your pay for the day. I'm like, it doesn't motherfucking matter what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I already saw the fucking video.
But he stole it from another person?
Yeah, another employee.
I thought he was stealing shit out of like a register or something.
No, dude, we don't even have registers.
So he stole $20 from
another employee.
person.
And dude, Ronaldo is a big Mexican dude. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, would you have fired me if I would have stole off on him? I'm like, nope.
I mean,
I'd have been like, high five.
Do it for the gente.
Yeah, he was pissed. He's like, dude. He's like, handle up on him or I will. And I was like, dude, I will take care of this, I promise.
But here's the thing, man. Like, I feel bad, like, if he needed $20. Not like he should get it, but I feel bad when people need.
Do you know what his defense was? This shit made me crack up.
What?
He said, man, I get paid in cash all day. I'm like, I know. He's like, I just came out of jail, man. I can't be out here doing this stuff. And I was like,
well, then why the fuck are you here? Like,
I was like, I understand that, but look, it's on video. I'm like, dude, you don't. I'm like, look, what is it? And he tried to buck up, and I'm like, man, sit your dumb ass down. I'm like, here's the remainder. I just give him $15. He only had to work the half day.
Dang.
I'm like, keep the $20, man. If you don't want to admit to it and shit and be a man about it. And I'm like, now I gotta walk you out. And he like opens the door all crazy. I'm like, chill out. I'm like, man, I'll whoop your ass so quick, dude. I'm like,
I don't
get your dumb ass out of here.
understand why people get like super macho when they got caught doing some hoe shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can only be, that was my friend. She was waiting for me with you, or she was waiting. We were waiting for you together.
I almost stood him up.
She worried about Hank. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's just like, man, I was like, why would you like try to buck up and shit? Like, I'm supposed to be like, oh, my bad, I ain't gonna fire you now because you got all these tattoos on your neck and in your arms and shit. And I'm like, dude, I'll slap the fuck out of you right now. I'm like, get out of my face, dude. I'm like, all right, let's go. Yeah. And then the dude's wandering around the parking lot. He ain't got no ride.
Oh,
so I was like, there's another dude that works in the warehouse. We call him Spook.
Yeah.
Spook. And I'm like, hey, yo, what's the dude's name? Alejandro. Man, take homeboy home. I'm like, get this nigga out of here, man.
But here's the thing, though. Like, he stole $20.
$20, man.
How you gonna steal $20 and not have a ride home, dog?
And I was like, dude.
And you stole $20 from a big dude. Yeah. How you gonna steal money from a big dude and not have an escape plan? Like, that's fucked up.
Well, like, he came. This was when I was on lunch. I get a call. He's like, something like, we call him Big Body. That's what he likes to be called at work. I am not making this up. That's what he likes being called.
Yeah.
And so, the fat jokes happen all the time.
Of course.
But
of course.
But like, supposedly he went to look through his bag and there's the money's missing. Yeah. And he goes to one of the warehouse managers. They look immediately on the video. They see this dude is done. It's done. It's like, all right. And then they call me here like, hey, can you let this dude go? Like when you get back from lunch. I was like, what happened? He stole $20 from an employee. I'm like, say no more. Dude, because we have this ongoing thing with people stealing other people's food out the break room. And these are my warehouse guys. Yeah. It's like, hey, somebody drank my Kool-Aid like fucking fruit juice packet. Oh, or somebody motherfucking ate my lunch. Somebody ate my waffles. Like, what? Yeah, somebody ate the last taco I brought in or the last cheeseburger I had from McDonald's. Like, what? That sucks, y'all out here stealing each other's cheeseburgers from the dollar menu? Yeah, I had to make an announcement, like, over the intercom and huddle everybody over. Yeah. It's like, next person to steal somebody's food is fired. Damn. I don't give a fuck if it's, like, a Twizzler or if it's a whole meal. Like, they're fired. I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. I'm tired of it. This is crazy. Yeah. But, yeah, man, people are fucking nuts.
People are trash, man.
He's out here stealing cheeseburgers.
But, I mean, like I feel that if it's a cry for help, that person should be, but they should be fired. But like if I was at a point in my life where I was stealing $20 or stealing cheeseburgers,
I think you would ask somebody first, right?
Well, I would ask somebody for like help, not like can I have your cheeseburger, but like I need help because I'm at a place where I need to steal cheeseburgers. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like bigger help than that. But I don't think niggas can really do that these days. I think like
they're too proud, or I don't know, man. I just don't get it, man. That's the youth. I'm dealing with that firsthand with these young. I'm dealing with like 20, 21, up to 27, 28, and then some 30-year-old. And I'm like, man, where is your logic? And I'm not trying to shit on like young people at all because we were all there. Yeah. That's why I'm like my distaste for Lil Boat is just there, man. I'm like, it ain't my shit. That's it. I'm not digging it. Like Future and all that, and like this.
I think Yachty is better than
Molly and Percocets, and I'm like, dude, why y'all want to stay lit like that all the time?
That song, like, stop listening to the words. But remember when I said, like, if you could just find a couple of words that'll get people hype and put it over a beat, that song is the perfect example. Because I don't do Molly or Percocet, and I think
the beat is lit. I like it.
I know I was saying Percocet. But I'm like, oh, I want to hear a Percocet song. That's my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best. I mean, stop listening to the words. Like, that's not what this. That's not what this generation of hip hop is about. It's not about words.
Jay-Z. Yes. I mean, you got like lyricists out there that were really like saying some shit. Pop. That was big. That and was then, a different. And then it's like auto-tuned, and you're like, what the fuck? And silk shirts and.
But not everything needs to be like. It's like this. Like,
no rhymes. That's my real killer. These motherfuckers ain't even rhyming no more. It's like
you can watch a documentary film.
They need to call it something else. They can't call it rap or hip hop.
Also watch a fucking cartoon, and there's no reason for one of them to exist in place of the other one. And Lil Yachty is like a cartoon, but like I like cartoons. You know what I'm saying?
I like cartoons.
Kung Fu Panda is my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of, I was reading some, so my bathroom breaks at work is where I like catch up on Facebook stuff. So I'm going through there, and like Ice Cube is talking about, man, I'm tired of like these Marvel movies, and don't know everybody's tired of that shit.
I saw that.
And I was like, man, but I got homeboys like across like the race spectrum that love like fucking comics. I'm like, what you talking about, man? I'm like, everybody likes that shit.
Everybody, yeah.
And the shit is like it's entertaining, and the stories are kind of they're there.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And there's a lot of source material
The shit
that's
that
varied.
The shit that really killed me was like, he's like, they want real stories, real people. I'm like, who
wants that? Like, I don't want to.
I'm like
the movie of Jose. Like, I don't want to watch that shit. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be boring.
I'm not saying a movie about you would be boring, but I would rather see a nigga who can fly. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
like,
like, boom,
yeah.
like, have you seen what is this goddamn cartoon that came out on Netflix? It's One Punch Man. Have you seen that shit?
I like One Punch Man.
Dude, the writing on that is fucking hilarious. I love that shit. And he's and the internal conflict. I was like, dude, this guy is like depressed because he has no one has given him a challenge. The guy, and then he lost all his hair because he got so strong. And then he's got like a protege that's really trying to like learn. He's like, yeah, man, I did like these push-ups.
I did push-ups.
Pull-ups. And that was it, bro.
100 push-ups every day.
He's like, I was running like 5 kilometers.
Yes.
That was like, what? I highly recommend you watch One Punch Man. That shit was fucking hilarious.
You cannot. I watched it because it was like a cartoon on and I was falling asleep. And I was like, I could watch, an anime or some shit as I fall asleep. Because Netflix will quick to be like, are you still watching this?
Are you still there? I'm like, hell yeah, man, I'm still there.
I don't like I don't like turning off the TV if I don't have to. So Netflix does it for me. So I'll put on something on Netflix and then go to sleep. Dog, when that shit was on, I couldn't fall asleep. I was like, this shit is hilarious.
Dude, I was staying up late. Like, man, I'm gonna stay up for one more episode. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, gotta be at work. 7:30 in the morning tomorrow. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna rest. Have you gone through? Do you watch House of Cards?
I do not.
You do not? I think you'd like it, man. It's
can't.
like the crazy little powers. You know what it reminds me of? Like the power couple, Hillary and Bill.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking crazy.
So it's about crazy piece of shit people who
claw the way to power at any means necessary. Step on your throat to get like ahead at any means necessary. Kill somebody. Shit is crazy,
which
man.
they've done a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nuts, man. You've heard of what is that like? That whole like who was that one dude? That police officer that like was he a police officer? Like, he was a journalist, and he exposed this whole like. CIA smuggling drugs into LA and then he shot himself twice in the head like what? Ruled a suicide. Like, son, come on.
But he like shot himself twice in the back of the head, I think. It was something weird. Like I can't handle it anymore, dog. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy and it's nuts, man.
But here's the thing. Would you do it? Like, would you have the nuts to be that cop and just expose them? If you knew
it's coming down.
Yeah, if you know like the consequence is gonna be, because I don't think I would. I think if I saw,
if like you're dying, you're gonna die. Like
if I saw Hillary Clinton shoot somebody right in front of me, and she was like, "If you tell anybody, I'm gonna shoot you," I'd be like, "What gun?" You know what I'm saying? Like like I ain't say nothing. I'm with her. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with her. That's fucking great, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
But look, think about like Snowden.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude's fucking.
I mean, he's trapped.
He's in Russia of all places, like.
And he's in a Russian embassy. Didn't he? He's from here, right?
Yeah, he's from here. He was working out of Hawaii, Cuba? I think.
Yeah.
For the NSA.
Go to Cuba. It's a country that won't extradite you, and they have beaches and shit.
Well,
and like motherfuckers aren't there trying to.
Dude, they will intercept his ass on a plane. They were trying to do that when he was in. Where did he go first? Did he go to Asia?
I don't know.
He went to Asia first, and they tried to intercept him on the flight to wherever the fuck he was going next.
No shit.
And they didn't. And he made it to Russia, and Russia's like. Fuck you.
But that's Trump's homeboy, so they're probably gonna get him this year.
Dude,
I think Snowden.
That is, dude.
He's done.
Putin is like, he's like the puppet master, and Trump's just playing because he's not a politician. He doesn't understand like politics. Just playing into his hands. He's like, do this, you fucking idiot.
Well, Trump is that dude like. He's that dude who grew up in the suburbs who wanted to be down with the niggas from the hood. So he pretended to be hard, and they just used him for everything. They're like, you want to be part of the clique? Hey, stick this cocaine in your ass and go walk over there. We all do it. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
He did it.
Yeah, so Trump is like walking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
straight up. I mean,
that's what he is.
One-term president. This dude is fucking. People are saying that he's got like the beginning stages of dementia, Alzheimer's. I mean,
why are they saying the beginning stages? They couldn't tell like from like he's full blown. Like he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Great again. He's making America.
I am cracking up. I'm like, you know what? My whole thing was I wasn't even pissed when they elected him. I was like, man, I hope this motherfucker does such a terrible job that government fucking implodes.
Yeah.
And it all burns to the fucking ground, man. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want to start over because the shit isn't working.
But if it starts over, I think it's probably gonna end up back in the same place.
Yeah, at some point it gets like every society for fucking thousands of years. It becomes like this fucking thing that you don't even recognize anymore. And money and power gets involved, and it turns into some shit that you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it starts over.
And then you
what do you
want to live through? Do you want to live through the end where it's all fucking chaotic and everything's falling? The beginning where everything is sort of aspirational, or that middle part where it's kind of like, because we're kind of in the middle part right now, like going towards the end.
What are your thoughts on people who say like compare us to like what is it like the days of the Colosseum when Rome